Hello, everyone. So let me start with a promise we hear all the time. Algorithms are objective. They remove human bias. They make decisions based on data, not emotion. Well, it sounds comforting, especially in a world that feels chaotic, political, and unfair. So here's the quiet belief many societies now hold. If we let algorithms decide, decisions will be fair. So today I want to change that belief, not because algorithms are evil, not because data is useless, but because objectivity in algorithm is largely an illusion. And believing in that illusion can quietly harm the very people these systems are meant to help. So, what we mean by objectivity? So, let's clarify something first. Objectivity does not mean accurate, efficient, mathematical. Objectivity means independence from human values, perspectives, and assumptions. So, here's the problem: algorithms do not emerge from nature, they are designed by, can I hear that word? Humans, yeah, they are designed by humans. Every algorithm reflects what we choose to measure, what we choose to ignore, what we defined as success, what we accept as normal. And data is not reality. Data is a representation of reality filtered through human choices, and those choices are never neutral. Now, as in point number two, where bias enters the algorithm. So bias doesn't magically appear at the end of the system. It enters multiple stages. So let me walk you through here. It has 3 points. First, data selection. If historical data reflects inequality, discrimination, or exclusion, then the algorithm learns those patterns. Second, labeling and categorization. So, who decides what counts as risk, success, or failure? These are not technical decisions, they are value judgments. And third, optimization goals. Algorithms don't ask, is this fair? They ask, what am I optimizing for? Efficiency, profit, accuracy for the majority. Each choice advantages some groups and disadvantages others. And bias isn't a bug. It often is a feature we didn't examine closely enough. Now, as in point number three, why algorithms feel more trustworthy than humans? Here's a psychological twist. We trust algorithms more than people. Why? Because algorithms, they don't look tired, they don't get angry, they don't show prejudice. But neutrality of appearance is not neutrality of outcome. Well, a human makes a biased decision, we challenge it. When an algorithm does, we assume it must be correct because of math. And this is what scholars call automation bias. So the more complex a system becomes, the less likely we are to question it. And that is where power quietly shifts from human judgment to opaque systems. Now, let's look at in point number four as in real world consequences. This is not abstract. Algorithms are already deciding who gets loans, who gets hired, who gets flagged by police, and who receives social support. In many cases, people don't even know. So, an algorithm was involved, what data was used, and how to appeal the decision. So, what is the result? A system that appears fair. but it could be unaccountable. And when decisions become automated, responsibility often disappears. So, and when responsibility disappears, injustice becomes harder to challenge. Now, let's talk about the myth of removing the human. So, there is a popular idea in technology, and it is this. So let's remove humans to remove bias. Well, think about it. Okay. But the thing is, bias doesn't disappear when humans step away. It is simply becomes embedded in systems and harder to see. So the real issue here is not human involvement. The issue is unexamined human values. Okay, let me repeat this. Unexamined human values. So the goal should not be to remove humans from decision making, but to make human values to become more explicit, more visible, and more accountable. And algorithms should support judgment, not replace it. So, as a conclusion, let's reclaim the responsibility. Okay. So, let me leave you with this thought. Algorithms are not objective. So, their opinions written in code, very powerful opinions and very effective and fast opinions. And often they are invisible opinions. The danger is not that algorithms make decisions. The danger is that we stop taking responsibility for those decisions. So the question we should ask is not, is the algorithm objective? But rather than asking this, ask this. Whose value does it reflect? And who is responsible when it fails? A just future does not depend on smarter machines alone. It depends on wiser humans who are willing to question them. So thank you. And I hope you get something out of it from this video. Okay, it's already 8. All right, so I hope you get something out of it, and I'll see you in my next public lecture, and God bless you. Ciao, bye.